So, thank you so much for joining me, Maggie. It's really nice to take a moment to talk and hear about your camp that you're bringing to Guatemala. You can tell us the name, the theme. Yeah, tell us the story of what brings you to Guatemala.
Oh, thank you so much. It's really good to be here too. And I will be going with Gaia Temple. And so Gaia Temple was created back when COVID started, and it's a 501(c)(1)A. And my friend Marly Benedicto, who I think you'll also interview, they were telling us we can't gather. And so we in Hawaii, there's a lot of amazing people who don't listen to that kind of stuff. And so we created the church to be able to gather and to bring together artists in prayer. And she literally rented out a chapel.
So because for not everybody is American, you said the number, this
Yeah.
that you're a recognized religion, is that correct?
Yes, and it's a tax deductible, and there's a few loopholes with being able to do certain things. So there's a really good
I'm
friend,
thinking
Tal.
of a real church.
Yes, it's a real church.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
I feel my God, this first time talking to a founder of a church in my life, I think. Okay.
And happy to connect anyone with who did that for us. He's just a really good soul doing great work. His name's Tao, and he's helped a lot of people in the US specifically be able to do that. And people have been using that to with land projects and then also, other avenues that you can use it, such as tax deductibles and events and stuff like that. And so we created that back in 2020 so that we could gather. And then Marley really, her intention was to use art to help, change consciousness. And so we call it artivism. And so you can check out the website, gaiatemple.org, and there's beautiful art pieces about helping the earth. And one of the things that I'm really passionate about is building community because back when COVID first started and they could just tell us, oh, you can't do this and you can only go to the grocery store at this time and all of this, I was really blessed to be on a 40-acre permaculture farm and community. And so we just were totally in a bubble and we had our own food growing and we did events and just continued on. And I saw other people suffering through COVID. And my heart was just going out to them and being like, you don't like, it's time, humanity, for us to create these safe sanctuaries and for us to get land with the people that we resonate with and build and have our own food and have our own, eventually governance at some point. And so that was really the spark behind Gaia Temple. And we'll be going to Guatemala. And so we currently, Marley and I are in Ashland, Oregon. And so we have some beautiful souls from Ashland, Oregon, who are part of the Tao, such as Asha Deliverance in Jordan, who will be joining. And we're just really excited to gather the family to come together because when we all come together, it's just so powerful when the morphogenetic fields merge and all of these beautiful ideas come up and out. And so we're really excited to be there.
Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, there is something special when we come together in person at all of the levels that no matter how amazing, because we are blessed to be able to talk remotely, you in Oregon, me in Portugal, yet it's
Yeah.
still different when we're able to hug each other. So for your camp, are you inviting, is it just the people that are part of your community, or would you like other people who are interested and aligned to join you as well?
Absolutely. It is for everyone, and we will be sending out emails and invites to, you
What
know,
people, how do I know if I am the right person to join the Gaia Temple camp?
oh, if you love the earth and see Gaia as a temple and are also really into the arts, poetry, music, we really love to bring music wherever we go and open the voice. Marley has a beautiful program called Harmonize, and it helps to have people open the voice. And I also work with the voice. I had a completely shut down voice and now love to sing and share spoken word and use the arts to help consciousness and to help bring awareness to certain situations, certain problems on the earth that we are here to help dismantle that which is no longer serving in old systems, old programs.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Mhm.
So it's going to be a lot of music. And for your organization, what do you hope? How do you hope that you're going to be different after the gathering than before?
That's a great question. Hmm. And we hope to be different in a more unified field. Um, I do feel that humanity has we've been separate. And it's not our fault, it's society. And we've grown up in our boxes and we stay in our boxes. And, I feel like we are in this time of coming into we consciousness. So just coming deeper into the we consciousness and the service to others and how we can help others. Gaia Temple attracts a lot of healers and artists. And so, there a lot of that community is just really in service to helping people heal in whatever way they need, whether it's physical or programming or too much stress from society and just coming deeper into the self and the presence. And and then we can really be of service to the earth.
Beautiful. Uh, uh, Thank you. And right now, your community, so you're living in Oregon, and are the people spread around the US or from how many different directions?
Yes. So it's um well, it started in Hawaii, so there's a big community in Hawaii. And then Marley spent a lot of time in Bali. So that's actually how she knows Will. And so a little bit of Bali. And then really throughout America. But I would say mostly America. And so it'll be really beautiful to get everyone down to Guatemala.
Yeah, amazing. And it might sound crazy to others, like you have Hawaii, you have the US, which is so big, but there is something about going somewhere else together as a community, this element of pilgrimage, and it can be transformative. So yeah, that's beautiful. I hope many people from your community come, and I also hope that by extending the invitation, you grow the community, grow the church.
Oh, thank you so much. And it's so true. When we pilgrimage to these different locations, there's always so many codes from the land and the people. And so it's so important that we get out of our bubble sometimes, especially while we can travel. It's such a gift because, we don't, the earth is changing very quickly. And so really realizing what that blessing is to be able to gather wherever we want to go right now.
Yeah, it's I fully hear you. Whilst I fully respect the people who choose not to travel, at the same time, one day will probably it's going to be much harder. It's going to be back to sail ships or something. So, And when we do travel, we make international connections. And I do think one of the things that needs to happen is more bottom-up, horizontal connection internationally and globally between people to people without needing, we have enough global centralized organizations. We need more horizontal organization, and traveling and meeting together this way at gatherings really enables that. So it is an important part of the work, and we should definitely feel grateful that we're able to do it. But yeah, it's amazing. Look forward to meeting in person. Do you have any questions for me maybe about the gathering or?
Yeah, thank you so much. And it's true. I totally understand being grounded at home. I like the little mountain that I live on too. And I, regarding the gathering, I'd love to hear a little bit about, because I know that you've done a few now. And so, how were the last ones? And where is your community mostly Portugal or all over? I'd love to hear a little bit about that.
So the gatherings happened now twice in Portugal, once in Czechia, Czech Republic. My community is international. I'm an English speaker. I mean, I speak Polish, English, Japanese, but in terms of change maker community, English is the strong language. So I also have a lot of connections around the US, inevitably, in Canada. Uh, so the attendance was at the Portuguese gatherings. It was a lot of foreigners that live here in Portugal, some Portuguese, but less, and international people coming mostly from all over Europe. But both times there were a bunch of people who came right after Burning Man. So I was pretty surprised. That was a pretty high degree of dedication. Go out of the burn, get on a plane, fly to Portugal for a 100-person party. But amazingly enough, the one of the people who did that for the first gathering in 2022 is now on the core team for the Gathering USA for next year,
Oh, beautiful. Where will that be?
Nevada City, California.
Great. I'm close.
Much closer. So yeah, I mean, the first one was 250 people. So the second one was 500. The one in Czechia was about 50 or 60 people, so much smaller. Each one had its own magic, and lots of connections were made. Um, yeah, I mean, there is a special magic to being in a group, in a place where everybody shares your culture, where you don't feel alone. And given that you're a church founder, you're probably surrounded by believers. So, but we forget that there's a lot of people out there. This is not the mainstream belief. And there's a lot of people out there who are stuck in the matrix going, am I crazy or is the world crazy? Right. And it takes a special kind of courage to go, no, I'm not crazy. The world is crazy. So when you're able to be in a group of people where, yeah, it's the world is crazy, and we have solutions on, or we have some ideas on how to build a better world, that's profoundly life altering for people who have not experienced that until that moment. And even though a gathering is just a few days, I've really realized how important that is, or to culture building and to society, because it's a petri dish. For the 7 days that we're together, we get to experience and we live the culture that we choose, right? And and it seems like, okay, it's a few days, but once you experience a different culture, even for a few days, you realize it's possible. And for many of us, for me, I mean, I went to raves, but then I went to Burning Man in 99. And I think that's definitely stayed with me of Why can't every day be like this? Why can't mainstream culture be like that? Not the party, the hedonism or whatever, but just people caring for each other and people taking agency for the reality that they're participating in and having that feeling of being a co-creator of the shared reality,
Mm,
which in the mainstream big systems world, many of us don't, or most people don't, right? You get to your choice is only what you get to buy, right? Which is okay, it's a lot of choice. Go on Amazon, try to buy headphones, but it's a very hollow choice. And it doesn't really give you a sense of meaningful agency, right? The same way as all of the social media gives you this little dopamine of a click, but it doesn't give you the genuine heart, soul warming feeling of real human connection.
so true. Hmm. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And that's also why I'm so excited for the gathering, because I just feel we as a society are spending way too much time online. And there's so much beauty to being online, but like those likes are not real. And like it's time to like be together and game plan on how we can really create this new earth that we're all getting these beautiful visions. And now it's just the gathering of, getting together with the right connections to be able to build that. And so thank you so much for your vision and holding that and gathering people. And I'd love to share this video with the Gaia Temple community. And
So,
I'm also just wondering if you could share a little bit about what the gatherings have looked like and what, the days will kind of look like at the gathering.
so I was going to ask you that question because the days are
Okay.
co-created by each camp, right? So
Yeah.
we borrowed from Burning Man the idea of camps, except that the gathering really trying to get everybody to be part of a camp. And the camps create the program. The only shared program is an opening and a closing ceremony, and that's co-created. We haven't started talking about it, but we will find usually in a group like this, there is some people that are experienced space holders for large groups who step up and are happy. I don't think we need an hour ceremony, but it's important to come together at the beginning and at the end to celebrate creating and opening and closing the shared human space. And then, yeah, it's all about what each camp chooses to offer, right? And the invitation is for you as a camp to really feel in what do you think the space needs, right? What would
Mhm.
you like to bring? And also what your needs are, right? There is a degree of celebration, but it's not a party. There is very much thinking, and one of the taglines of the gathering is connect for action. So as you mentioned, right, how do we come together? Because there is a lot of us now that have gotten the message or different parts of the message, and it's on us to connect and start working together. uh, in many countries people don't have that freedom, right? But at least still in the countries that we live in, we can come together, we can build organizations, churches, businesses, right? So it's for us to come together and think of how are we going to build this better future together.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
so it's an invitation to bring in the playful side, but also the brainy side. For example, you created a church. A lot of people are inspired about that. Do a workshop of how the heck does one create a church and why would you want to?
Yeah.
It's an opportunity to unleash all of the different skills and gifts that everybody in your community has that they might not in an ordinary time, right? Because it's outside of this. I don't know, you're more spiritual, but maybe somebody likes to teach people how to code software and they would like to offer that. And great, it's more richness to the space, right? So an invitation for every camp to feel in to what they would like to offer. Also, offer in the sense of aligning with what you want to get out of it, right? So I really think it's as I'm a awful sports player, but you don't look where the ball is, you look at where you want the ball to go, right? So think about what happens after the gathering and then think of how to point and hit in that direction. And yeah, it's the goal is to create as much creativity and openness for people to come up with crazy ideas. I love my favorite example is at the first gathering, my wife, who's an artist, she invited a whole bunch of other artists to come, and one artist did live burial. So people got to dig their own hole and they got to be buried. I mean, they still had air. And
Yeah.
it was crazy. And I was like, I would never, not in a million years and in 1,000 lifetimes, as an event organizer, think we should have live burial. Right? It
Powerful.
never crossed my, it was incredibly powerful. And the people who were
Yeah.
probably have, but I would have never thought to program live burial into a festival, right? So, but when we unleash everybody's creativity, and this is what I love about the gathering, is being surprised at what kinds of things people bring.
It sounds so, so special. And I just know with all the people going, there's going to be so much magic happening that week.
It's going to be so
Yeah.
look forward to hugging you.
Yay, me too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.